So I'm on this street called Calçada da Barra. Calçada, I think Calçada is like sidewalk, but it's more like street or road. And I think actually the street, actually I think is down that way. It's like, I think that's Rua da Barra and this is Calçada da Barra. And it starts right at this Moorish temple. And this Moorish temple basically used to be overlooking the ocean. So we're gonna walk towards the ocean right now, but not fully to the ocean, but downhill towards it, going by this Moorish barracks. So let's do that. Dun dun dun. Hey, checking out Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. There's Calçada da Barra, and let me just walk briefly this way just because I want to capture that Moorish temples. So that's it right there, and that would have been up on the hill, of course, and we're gonna be walking the opposite way. I'm just gonna come down here for 1 second because I wanted to see. Yeah, that is Rua da Barra, so that's actually Barra Street, and then the other one is called Calçada de Barra, which is like sidewalk. And we're over here, it's called Moorish Barracks, built 1874, Italian architect. Macau's links with Goa, maritime links, Islamic architecture influence, veranda, 1905 Harbor Authority. So originally they had like, what do you call it, policemen, military, like basically the people that would kind of, let's see if I can get this way. The people that would kind of do the, let's run across real quick, there's a bus coming. Jeez, it's raining as well. I also wanted to capture it during the rain because it's such a beautiful rainy morning, and then the lighting is different. But basically, like, people, they said the Goa connection, right? So that's basically, that's kind of cool. Beautiful trees. Actually, all these buildings wouldn't have been here originally, right? So this would have actually overlooked the ocean. It's really amazing. Moorish Barracks. So yeah, that Goa connection, basically because Goa was Portuguese, so that was actually part of Portugal as well. So Goa was part of Portugal, and it was a very large territory in India. And of course, they would go to like Africa, Goa, India, and part of Malaysia also had a little bit as well. Water is kind of coming out of that balcony there. So I think she's moving. Muskets rains on her balcony when it rains. So she's pushing it all off. There's a lot of stuff here. That goes up to the Moorish temples, and if you keep going all the way up, it goes to Peña Church. So that just keeps going up to higher grounds, but this would have been like high enough to overlook the ocean, which now is surrounded by tall buildings. And then of course this one is being built now, which will even be a taller building that'll block, but used to be able to look into the ocean, right? So anyways, so the Portuguese influences, they had Goa, which would have been a pretty large strait, part of Portugal that was in India, and then they would you know, create basically Portugal right there. So that's Calçada da Barra. That's all that construction right there. And so a lot of those, you have to see right here, this is a little Becco de Capitania dos Portos. That's such an old sign. That is really old. Macau registered, registrada. Oh, okay, here's also another sign too. So I guess there's more information here. They even have it's updated, so it even has Facebook, different information. So anyways, so it would have been like Indian guards and military and navy, and they would watch this from up here, and they would just be able to overlook the water, which is directly down there, and they would overlook Ama Temple, which is another place we're going to be walking towards. There's the Moorish temple right there. So that would have been one of the highest grounds, and they'd look down across here and look into the ocean. But now it's all built up, right? Yeah, it's kind of cool as well. So I guess this looks like, this facade looks like it had some history to it as well. I did walk down this before, so if you want to take a look, you can. Circus pastry. Okay. So I feel like I should definitely 100% take you to Ama Temple on the same video, so otherwise you don't have the full effect. Over there is a Escola. It's like the pilot school for, so you can see right there that in blue, it's like a ship pilot captain school, something like that. Not captain, but school of navigating ships. Something like that. What do you call those guys? And on the other side of that is actually the ocean as well. Calçada de Barra. Oh, we're still in Calçada de Barra. Okay. It's really wet here. Oh, this is Cookie Ducky. It's actually brand new. That wasn't they're kind of gearing up for tourists now, so there's a lot of tourists coming. So yeah, that's Calçada de Barra. It's kind of a rainy day. I saw that guy up there holding that dog. So he walked down the hill with the dog holding it in his arms. So I guess the dog is sick, I guess. Something's wrong. Okay, so Calçada de Barra. Back before COVID, there used to be a lot of like tourism kind of stuff. They had like big things of all the icons of Macau. That's all been closed for the last 2.5 years. And I see a bunch of papers here, which means it's still closed. And it looks like we got a lot of tour guides here today. So we're coming into Ama Temple now on this rainy day that's great for filming. So now you can see the ocean over there. So that Moorish temple would have had like military. They used to stay there all the time. They were from India, Goa. Portuguese used to employ them, I think, because that way they kind of had like an ethnic group, I guess, that would kind of like enforce everything, protect it. And there's Ama Temple right there, of course. Got lots of tour groups down here all the time. Gonna come around here. Historic center of Macau. Barra Square. There's the Moorish temples that were just at, 1874. Ama Temple. Maritime Museum is right over there. Font is over there. Docks would be over there too. Lila would be behind us. Oh, and there's a whole map as well. So that there's a Pont de Barra, which is small little boats that will take you all the way down through the inner harbor, all the way through the water. Here's Ama Temple. It's raining a lot today. Beautiful trees in this Barra park here. It's kind of cool like that too. So over there is the waterway, inner harbor, so you can see some shipping crate stuff, boat stuff, waterways. That's for tourists. Drive them around. That's the Maritime Museum that was also on that map. Right there. And I think we're gonna walk right into those crowds. I kind of like it when I can walk into a group of people like that. So we are gonna do that. Yeah, actually the tour groups that come to Ama Temple are always like really older groups, it seems like. But actually they come everywhere in Macau. Casinos. I guess they love tour groups, I guess. So there's Ama Temple over there. So you can kind of see the main circle over there as well. Okay. This is kind of going to the Navy Yards. And now we're kind of coming into something called Rua de Santiago de Barra. So we're still in Barra, but we're walking up towards the Navy Yards now. And we got all this artwork to the right, which I'm going to capture in a moment. There we go. So now I can capture it. And then over there they sell all the stuff for the for Ama Temple. So this spot right here has the incense and the shrines that you'd bring over to there. You got some side streets up there. I guess he's gonna turn around. Let's see if I can go this way. So I guess we'll walk this way a little bit. Keep the camera going a little bit so you can kind of see the whole context, right? So we're at the Moorish Barracks. We went through Ama Temple, and over here is the Navy Yards. So I don't know when, but I'm gonna guess that probably they had the Moorish Barracks originally 1874, and then it changed to something else in 1905. So they had it going for about 30 years. Nice coffee shop right there. And then they started building all those buildings, right? Those all went up. And then this is now the Navy Yards now, which is no longer used either by the Navy. But they would have probably came down maybe 1904 is when it started to change a little bit. And you got these little alleys, coffee shop here. And if you go in here, we could walk around through there and come back out on this side too. So that's the Navy Yards. We'll keep on walking down a little bit more. There's all these little side streets up in here, and it goes right up against that mountain up there. There's even those apartments up there, that housing, I think that's abandoned. There's a street up there called, or no, the abandoned one's over there. But there's a street that has like a whole street of abandoned buildings right up against the mountain. It's called Avenida de República. Lots of tour group stuff. And now all the tour group stuff, they come and park over to the Navy Yards, which no longer has the Navy either. They would be in this whole area. And now this is all used for tour groups. So there's all these tour group buses, and they park in that giant parking lot over there for the Navy Yards. Navy Yards turned into like art stuff. So they got some advertisements for that kind of thing. And I guess we'll come over and show you like this. Now this is used by the police, I believe. The police is over here now. But this right here is not, the police will use that that space in there, I believe, or they used to. And this particular one will be, this Navy Yards is now Contemporary Art Center. So official Navy Yard Art Center. Okay, so now you have a little bit of context. That's some tour group stuff. And that was Calçada de Barra. And we're moving along a little bit further, but it helps you puts you in context for the Moorish Barracks, the Ama Temple, and the Navy Yards. So I might even put all three of them in there. And I'll also just show you lastly, there is a Barra station that they're built and it's almost realized. It'll be ready at the end of the month, at the end of the year. And that's right up here. And basically that will have a convergence of buses will make an exchange there. Trains will stop there as well. And that will be, they're building it, they built a major train line that goes through Taipa. And it's 13 stations, I think, in Taipa. And then they disconnected over to the Macau side. The Taipa side is like its own island. The Macau side is the historic side. This will be kind of a long video, won't it? Because I feel a little bit obligated to show you the where that new station is at and kind of connect them all. So maybe if you are a tourist and you want to check out Macau, so okay, so the Moorish temples, there was this mountain that we could kind of see that when we're coming down the hill. This is the other side of that mountain. Peña Church is up there, so that's up there, and that's a trail you can actually walk along it and look at those, at the beautiful place right there. And then these three have a name, I forget the name of them, but there's these three beautifully colored apartment buildings. And it's something towers. I forget the name, but something towers. Yeah, and it's really beautiful, that little path in those black rocks as well. And that comes right out here to Barra. So what we're gonna do is end our video in a moment, and this is exceptionally long, but later if you come to Macau you can visit, you can come out here because this will be ready by 2024, I believe. At the end of 2023 it should be ready, and then if you do, you can walk down here yourself, go to the Navy Yards, Amma Temple, up to the Moorish Temple. You can even keep walking all the way up there as well, up to Peña Church. You can see more of that rock up there, and you can see that. And you'll also be able to see Zhuhai, China in the distance, and Macau Tower will be over here, which we can't see yet. But it'll be over there somewhere. Huh, it's all still blocked. Anyways, this is where the train station, I want to get up there, but that's blocked right there. Don't know why. Okay, so anyways, I think you have a pretty good idea of how that looks starting at Calçada de Barra. And if I can, I'll walk up here, but I think you won't see too much, I don't think. It's all empty right now. Looks like I can walk in over here, so I will. So yeah, this is this new structure. Okay. And so yeah, that's basically it. Do a little 360 here for you. I guess you can't see that much when you're right here, can you? But anyways, we're in the middle of it now. We started over there, so ended here. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets.